Hello everyone, this is Elvis the Tank Destroyer from Clear, and um, I'm using this video as an example of what we will be doing in training room. Is one of the 5 most important uh, training options that we'll be talking about over the coming weeks, and one of them is the no scope in the medium tanks. It can be used in pretty much all other tanks, but I specifically talk about medium tanks here. Now, no scope is absolutely necessary in the long shots or semi-long shots, like you will see in a few seconds here. But you will also begin to understand that when you are using the no scope in these games, you actually gain a few perspectives in your battle. One of them is you are able to give yourself a better understanding of your surroundings, and this is one of the examples here. So I use the no scope on the longer shot here, and then I eliminate that option by just allowing my auto aim to do the job, and I'm also aware of my surroundings. 254 here is one of my victims. As you can see, and I'm just letting my auto aim follow the tank the best I can, of course, and therefore I begin to ignore the T-54. I leave him for the guy over there and concentrate on the J-Panther. If you were in the scope here, what would happen is you might have not noticed the J-Panther here. He would have been able to take a couple shots at you, and therefore you would have less hit points. I'm still using the no scope here, so unnecessary for me to zoom in. This way it makes me a better driver. I'm aware of my surroundings, and the alertness is just there. And you also, believe it or not, when you're using the scope and zooming in every time, you're losing precious seconds, and you're pretty much losing 1 to 3 seconds per tank. So that adds up, and those 1 to 3 seconds in tank time is like a year. It's just a long time, and you're just wasting precious time, and you are just losing your awareness of your surroundings. And it only really takes about 7 to 10 sessions to practice this in a training room. And once you get to around 7 sessions, you begin to understand that you are actually doing more damage than you did before. And this has been over and over again with other teams that I've tried this with, and they've all agreed with me that it has completely changed their aspect of how they play the game. So I hope you guys pay attention to that, and that's what we're going to be covering in a training room. It's going to take about half an hour to just practice one session. So if you take, 7 sessions, sort of like minimum. 10 is just the right amount of tries, and after about 7 to 8, you begin to understand the concept of this and its importance. So please, if you get a chance without me, go for it, give it a shot. If not, we'll do this whenever we can, before the tournament or on off days of the tournaments. So if you have any questions, hey, shoot me a message and we'll discuss it. But this is very important. There are 5 training types. The first one is no scope. The second one is track to track. The third one is defense while defense on moving targets, and fourth one is spotting and using sensors properly, the tank sensors. And the fifth one, probably the most difficult one, even some of the top players out there still have difficulties learning this, is the fifth one actually has two parts, which is snapshots and snapshots on the move. So it's going to take some time to get to that one, but in order to master the fifth one, you kind of have to understand the other four. So I'm going to stop at that. I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about, and this is one of the things that you can practice one-on-one. The no scope, you can invite a friend, hey, let's go to training room, let's practice no scope. So don't use the scope, you move constantly, and you try to cause as much damage as you can, finish off the enemy. You can do this with IS-7s as well. You can do this with E-100s in close contacts. It can be done, it's possible, but using it in mediums is what prepares you for it. All right, I'm going to end it at that. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in the training.